Hello Year 2, we finally did it. We made it to our final home learning maths lesson. So let's make a start. So what we've been looking at in fluency over the last couple of days is how we can use our single digit addition strategy of bridging 10 to help us when we then start with a 2-digit number and we're adding a single digit number that is pushing us past that next 10. So let's have a look. 7 plus 4. Well, I know that 7 plus 3 is equal to 10. And then I need to add one more to make sure that I'm adding my whole 4. So 7 add 3 is 10, 10 add 1 is 11. So 2 ways that we can do this. We can either say 7 add 4, I already know is 11, and then 11 add one more 10 would be 21. Or I'll model the next way of doing it on our next one. We could say 47, to get to the next 10, which is 50, I need to add 3. So 47 add 3 equals 50, and then add one more is 51. So why don't you have a go at pausing the video, seeing if you can work out the rest of the calculations by yourself, and then we'll go through it together. Okay, let's go through them then. So 6 add 5. Well, I know that I need to partition my second addend into what bonds with 6 to make 10. 6 and 4 make 10, and then I need to add one more to make sure that I've added my whole 5. So 10 add 1 is 11 again. So then again, we can say that 26 add 5. Well, 26 add 4 would be 30, and then add one more would be 31. 56 add 5. Well, 56 add 4 would be 60, and then add one more gets us to 61. 9 plus 6. So 9 add 1 makes 10, and then I need to add 5 more to make sure my whole 6 is added. So 10 add 5 is 15. So then 39 add 5, well 39 add 1 would be 40, and then add 5, oh whoopsie daisy, and I thought something didn't seem right there. Well done if you already spotted that before me. So 39 add 6, because remember we're doing 9 add 6, so now we're using that related number fact to do 39 add 6. So 39 add 1 would be 40, and then add 5 more would be 45. And then 79 add 6, same again, 79 plus 1 is equal to 80, and then add 5 more is 85. And then 8 plus 4, I need to partition my 4 into a 2, because 2 bonds with 8 to make 10, and then I've got 2 more left here. So 10 add 2 is 12. And then if I know that 8 plus 4 is 12, I also know that 48 plus 4 is equal to, well, 48 add 2 is 50, add 2 more is 52. 88 plus 4, well, 88 plus 2 is 90, add 2 more is 92. So well done if you got those right. Okay, today what we're going to do is we're going to build on that knowledge of time telling that we've been working on this week, and we're going to start to look at time intervals. We're going to be looking at how much time has passed from looking at one clock face to another. So before we do that, we're going to warm up by practicing telling the time. What time is it? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change screen over to a website so that I can move the clock around more easily. Okay, lovely. Hopefully you can see this clock now that I've got up in front of me. And you can see that our big hand this time is green and our small hand is orange. So what happens this time, and hopefully you can see now as I move it, this is more what a regular clock would look like. It's been very difficult using the clock on the flip charts, because when I move the minute hand, the hour hand does not move. But as you can see here, when I move the minute hand around the clock, the hour hand is moving as well. So you can see here, it's now 3 o'clock. By the time our big minute hand goes all the way around, that's been 1 hour. And you can see that the hour hand has moved from the 3 to the 4. So we're just going to have a bit of a practice. I'll put the clock to a time and you can tell me what time it is. So, oh, oops, daisy. Here we go. What time is it? Well, the big hand is pointing straight up over the 12. We know that is o'clock. And the hour hand is pointing at 8, so it's 8 o'clock. What time is this? Well done if you said 4 o'clock. What time is it now? Well, the big hand, the minute hand, is pointing straight down over that 6. That means that it's now halfway around the clock. So it is past. Then we look at the hour hand, it's gone past the 4. So it's 4:30. Okay, what time is it now? Well done if you said 10:30. Okay, what's the time now? Well, our big minute hand is pointing to the right, so it's a quarter of the way past our o'clock here. And it is 4:15, and it's just gone past the 8. So we can see it's 8:15. Let's have a look. What is the time now? Well, we can see that our minute hand is pointing on the minutes to side. So we know that it is 1:45. Now let's look, where's the minute hand going to? Well, we can see it's going to the 7. So it's 7:15. What is the time now? Well done if you said 11:45, because it's going to 12. So 11:45. Okay, what time is this? Well, we can see that our minute hand is on the minutes past side. So we can see that it is 5:10 past. It's 10 minutes past, and then it's gone past 12. So 10 past 12. What is the time now? Well, hopefully you can see that our minute hand is still on that minutes past side. So it is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes past, and it's gone past the 3. So 25 minutes past 3. Well done if you said that. What's the time now? Well, now we can see that our minute hand is now on the minutes to side. So what we need to do when it's on the minutes to side is we need to count backwards from the o'clock. So this is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So it's 25 minutes to, or 25 to. And what hour is it going to? It's going to 7. So it's 25 to 7, or 25 minutes to 7. What's the time now? So hopefully you can see the minute hand is on the minutes to side. So when it's on the minutes to side, that means we need to count backwards from the o'clock. So we count 5, 10. So it's 10 minutes to, or 10 to. And the hour hand is going to the 11. So it's 10 to 11. Well done. Okay, now the last thing I want to do before we get on to looking at intervals is do some counting. Now, when I say counting, I mean counting in our 5 minutes. So we would say o'clock, and every time that minute hand moves to the next big number, 5 more minutes have passed. So what I want us to do is count what the time would be if the minute hand is pointing in that specific time. Okay, I'm going to do it once round, and if you feel like joining in on that time round, that's absolutely fine. If you're not so sure what we're doing yet, listen to me do it all the way round, and then when we go round again, then you can join in that time. So o'clock, 5 past, 10 past, quarter past, 20 past, 25 past, half past, 25 to, 22, quarter to, 10 to, 5 to, o'clock. Let's do that again. So we're not looking at our hour hand this time, we're just looking at the minute hand. So o'clock, 5 past, 10 past, quarter past, 20 past, 25 past, half past, 25 to, 22, quarter to, 10 to, 5 to, o'clock. Lovely. If that clock would be a really useful resource for you to use at home, I've put the link down here at the bottom. So www.visnos.com/demos/clock. So if you type that into Google, I think I just typed into Google interactive clock, and it was one of the first things that came up. And you can physically move the hands yourself on the screen, and it would be really good for helping you with today's lesson. Okay, so what I'd like us to do first of all is read the time on both clocks. So we can see here that the big hand is pointing straight up. It is o'clock. Which hour is it? It is 8 o'clock. And the second one, we can see that the minute hand is pointing to the right over that 3, which is quarter past. Now, which hour has it gone past? It's gone past 8. So we've got 8 o'clock, and then it's quarter past 8. So it hasn't gone from one hour to another hour. It's still within the 8th hour. So what we're going to look at is moving this hand to here. How many minutes have gone by? Well, it was here. So then by the time it goes here, that's 5 minutes. Then if it moves here, that's another 5 minutes, which is 10 altogether. And here's another 5 minutes. So we say 5, 10, 15 minutes. So between that gap, there is 15 minutes from 8 o'clock to quarter past 3. Let's have a look at this one. Why don't you pause the video, write down the time on both clocks, and see if you can work out how much time has passed in between them. Lovely, hopefully you've had a chance to have a go at that. We can see that the first clock is 2 o'clock. And the second clock is showing us, well, it's on the minutes past side, so that means I need to count from the 12 this side. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 past. And what's it gone past? It's gone past the 2. So we can see here, it hasn't changed hour. It was 2 o'clock and now it's just 25 past 2. So it hasn't moved on to the next hour yet. So if our hand moves from here, it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. So that is the interval between those two clocks. Okay, let's have a look at this one then. So what time is the first clock showing us? We can see the big hand is pointing straight up, so it's o'clock. Which hour is it pointing to? 4. So it's 4 o'clock. And then the second one, we can see that it is on the minutes to side, so we count backwards. 5, it's 5:02. 5 minutes to, or 5:02. Where's it going to? It's going to the 5. Now it looks like the hour has changed here. It looks like the hour has changed because it's gone from 4 to 5. But has it got to 5 o'clock yet? No, because it is minutes to 5. So it's not at the 5 yet. That means it's still in that 4th hour. So it's only gone beyond that hour if it's o'clock or if it's past the 5 minutes past. But we can see here that minutes to tells us that it hasn't yet left that 4th hour. So what we need to do is, if we go backwards here, then it would be 4 o'clock, and it's not 5 o'clock yet. So we're going to count in our 5s until it gets to the 5:02. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 minutes have gone by. That is a long time. Can you remember how many minutes are in 1 hour? Well done if you said that. 60 minutes are in 1 hour. So this is only 5 minutes away from it being a full hour. So remember, if that minute hand moved here, it would have gone from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and that would have been a whole hour, but it wasn't quite a whole hour. It was only 55 minutes. Okay, why don't you have a go at this one? Read the time on both clock faces and see if you can work out how much time has passed, and then we'll go through it together. Lovely, well done if you've had a go at that. So we can see here that the minute hand is pointing straight up over the o'clock, the place where we say o'clock, over that 12. So it is 10 o'clock. And we can see the time here is the minute hand is on the minutes to side, so that means we count backwards from the o'clock. 5, 10, 15, 20, so it's 22. Where's the hour going to? It's going to 11, so 22:11. Now once again, it looks like it's changed hour because it's gone from 10 o'clock to now 22:11, but this word here tells us that it's not been 11 o'clock yet. It's going to 11, but it's not there yet. So actually it's still in that 10th hour. So from 10 o'clock, it's gone all the way around and the minute hand has stopped here. But remember, it's not continued to 11 o'clock yet. It's not gone past 11 o'clock. So from here, counting in our 5s to see how many minutes have gone by. From this point, which is this clock, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So we can count that 40 minutes have gone by. Okay, what do you notice about this one then? Well, hopefully you will have noticed that both clocks are showing us an o'clock. So the first one is showing us 10 o'clock. So there's a 10 o'clock. And this one is showing us 3 o'clock. Now the fact that the minutes are the same tells us that the time has moved in full hours. There you go. So o'clock, o'clock. We've moved in whole hours because the minute hand has ended up back to where it started. It's the hour hand that has moved. So if we look at the hour hand, we can see it's moved from the 10 all the way to the 3 on this one. So this is where it started. So when it moved from 10 to 11, that's been 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. So this clock has moved 5 hours. Why don't you have a go at pausing the video and seeing if you can work out how much time has passed between the first clock and the second. Okay, so that first clock then, that minute hand is pointing straight up over the 12 and the hour hand is pointing down at the 6. So we know that it is 6 o'clock, and this one is showing us 9 o'clock. Well done if you identified those times correctly. Fantastic. Now, because of they both say o'clock, we can see that the minute hand has made it all the way back round to where it started. So it's actually moved, oops, Daisy. It's actually moved in full hours. So we can go from the 6 till the till the hour hand moves to the 9. We can say 6, that's 7, it's 1 hour, 8, that's 2 hours, 9, that's 3 hours, and that's where our hour hand is pointing now. So we know that it has been 3 hours. Okay, let's have a look at this next one then. What is the time on both of these clock faces? Well, we can see the minute hand is pointing straight down over the 6. That's halfway round, so we say half past. What has it gone past? It's gone past the 8, so it's 8:30. And this one, same again, minute hand is pointing straight down over that 6, so we would say half past. What has the hour hand gone past? It has gone past 12, so it's 12:30. Once again, you can notice that both of these times say half past, so it's moved in full hours. So what we need to count is where that hour hand has gone. It's gone 8:30 until we get to past the 12 here. So 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. So that's 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, that interval. Well done if you got that. And last one of these ones to practice. Can you work out the time shown by both these clocks and the interval in between? Okay, let's have a look then. So this minute hand is on the minutes to side. That means we have to count backwards from the o'clock. So 5, 10, so that's 10, 2, and it's going to the 1. It's not there yet, it's on its way to the 1. And over here, the minute hand is in the same position as it is on this clock. So again, it's 10 to, 10 minutes to, but this time it's not 10 to 1, it's 10 to 6. It's going to the 6. So because our clocks both show us 10 minutes to or 10 to, I know that it has moved in full hours. So here would, if it goes round again, that would be 10 to 1. So 10 to 2, 10 to 3, 10 to 4, 10 to 5, 10 to 6. That's where it got to. So that was 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Okay, little bit trickier now. We have got 1 o'clock on the first clock, and we have got 5:15. 5:15 on our second clock. Now, both of these hands have moved. It has gone way past the 1 hour, because you can see here, this is 1 o'clock and this is 5:15. That's ages away, but also the minute hand has moved as well. So what I would do personally is I would make one of those hands the same. I would probably move the minute hand to the same position first. So how many minutes go by for the minute hand to move from here? Let's do it in blue. From here, and it's over the 3 there. So remember, we're counting the minutes, not the hours here. So 5, 10, 15. So 1:15, that would be 15 minutes. So there we go. I'm just going to move this to show 1:15, and I'm going to make a note that 15 minutes have gone by to get to 1:15. But remember, we don't want to stop at 1:15. We now want to keep going until we get to 5:15. So now, because our minute hands are the same, we can count those full hours. So 1:15, 1:2, that's 1 hour. 3:15, that's 2 hours. 4:15, that's 3 hours. 5:15, that's 4 hours. So all together, we have moved 4 hours and the 15 minutes that we moved first of all. Let's have a look at this next one. What are the times shown by both of these clock faces? Oh, well done if you said that the first one is showing us 9:30, and the second one is showing us 10 to 2. 10 minutes to 2. Once again, our minute hand and our hour hands are in completely different places. So the first thing that I would do is make the minute hand the same. So I can see that on this clock, the minute hand has moved to the 10 to position. So that means it's over the 10. So how many minutes have gone by from here to here? So let's count. 5, 10, 15, 20. So 20 minutes have gone by when our minute hand moves from there, what's the daisy there, to there. There we go. So now that was 20 minutes, and now it's showing us 10 to 10. But we don't want to stop at 10 to 10. We want to stop at 10 to 2. So now let's look if our hour hand moved all the way around to this position, how many hours will have gone by? So 10 to 11, that's 1 hour. 10 to 12, that's 2 hours. 10 to 1, that's 3 hours. 10 to 2, that's 4 hours. So all together, we've had 4 hours and 20 minutes go by. Okay, final thing before I introduce your task to you. The very final 2 stages of the work today are word problems. Now, please don't feel like you have to do all the sheets. If you were in the classroom, barely anybody would do all of the sheets. This is very tricky. So if you're finding that circle and semicircle is where you're at, then only do the circle and the semicircle work. If you're finding that you're really confident telling the time and you can quite easily count how much time is in between 2 clocks, then by all means go on to the word problems. But if this is getting too hard for you, just do the simpler sheets, because this is a very tricky thing to do, and I would rather you do the simpler stuff right than do the harder stuff wrong and get those misconceptions in your head. So if this is too tricky for you, then have a go at maybe just doing the circle and the semicircle sheets and just watching those points of the video that are relevant to you. When you get onto the word problem questions, there are no clock faces on the sheet. That does not mean that you cannot use a clock. if you have a clock in your house, use a clock. If you want to use the Vismos website, then use the Vismos website to move the clock and count as you move the hands as well. Whatever resources you have around you, please feel free to use them. So a concert started at 8:15. 8:15. So that means that the big hand is over here at 8:15 and the small hand is here past the 8. I do apologise for my very wobbly hands. And it finished at 11 o'clock. Big hand is over the 12. Small hand is pointing to the 11. So once again, you can see that the minute hand and the hour hand are in completely separate places. So first of all, I would match up your minute hand. So this is 8:15. Let's see how many minutes it takes to get us back to that o'clock. So it's 8:15. When it gets to the next o'clock, it would actually be 9 o'clock. So that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 minutes. So I'm just going to make a note that after 45 minutes, our clock would then be showing 9 o'clock. So I'm also just going to correct this one to show our new time after 45 minutes. There you go, 45 minutes. But there's still some time to pass. So now that our minute hand is in the same position, it's in the o'clock, it's a simple matter of counting the hours. So from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, well, this would be 1 hour and this would be 2 hours. So altogether, it has been 2 hours and 45 minutes. This is not for everybody. This is just for those of you who feel really, really confident with this objective. So circle sheet is starting with the o'clock and moving less than 30 minutes forwards. You can see here it's telling you to do it in the minutes, and then there's a little challenge at the end. This has been 20 minutes. 20 minutes has gone by. Can you put the hour hand on? The semicircle sheet again, starting with the o'clocks. This time you've got to count the minutes and it's longer than 30 minutes. It's now going on to that minutes to side. But again here, it's no more than 60 minutes. Then the triangle sheet, you can see here that the o'clocks are the clocks show the same minute hand. So both are saying o'clocks, both are saying 8:15, both are saying 25 past. That's been whole hours. So here you're counting the whole hours. And then the square sheet is a mixture of hours and minutes. Remember, get that minute hand to the same position as the minute hand on the next face and then count your hours. So do it that way where you're moving your minute hand first and then adding on those full hours afterwards. And then, like I said, some word problems to finish off. I do appreciate that this is an incredibly tricky objective. So like I said, just do the sheets that you feel comfortable with. Do not do anything that is getting too complicated for you, because I don't want you to do it wrong and then get that in your head. But well done. I appreciate everyone has been doing an amazing job at home, and parents as well. Thank you so much for all the support that you've been giving at home. And thank you so much to all you lovely year twos who have just been phenomenal throughout this entire time. I'm really excited to see you all on Monday, and I hope you're as excited as I am to see me. See you then. Bye, everyone.